Hi, this is Frid from The Joy of Syntax and English in Color. Well, I run a language academy, but one of my passions is, actually saving animals and working towards equality for animals. And 2 years ago, I met a lovely lady, and she's with me today. Hi, Jacqui.
Hi, Frid.
This is Jacqui Howe, and she runs a very special sanctuary. And I would like you to listen to her story because she needs some help. COVID-19 is difficult for all of us. It's very difficult for sanctuaries all over the world, but it's particularly hard for Jacqui's sanctuary. So, Jacqui, would you please tell us what kind of sanctuary are you running and why did COVID-19 hit you particularly hard?
Thanks, Frid. So our sanctuary is a rescue horse and donkey sanctuary. They've all come out of a lot of oppression from various racing, polo, riding stables, petting farms. And we've done a lot of lovely healing and rehabilitation with them. So they live in a beautiful, free setting where they have a lot of choice and understanding.
Yeah.
Last year, we had to move from our lovely farm tenancy that we were renting. And that really kind of knocked the stuffing out of us. We just about got settled with a massive amount of help from some lovely supporters and volunteers, and built sort of minimal infrastructure to get us through the winter.
Yeah.
And then we had the winter from hell, and we didn't have nearly enough infrastructure in the way of stables and barns and hard standing. So the herd have really sort of struggled through that, and I've really struggled through that. Just coming out of the other side of it, hoping to do some fundraising events and some lovely mindfulness retreats to get some funds in to sort of shore up the get some better infrastructure for next winter, basically. And then this awful virus has hit, which I know it's hit everybody really badly, but it's really come at like the worst time for us. And then it just kind of goes from bad to worse, because then one of our main sponsors, who was sponsoring us a huge amount for us, it's like half of our monthly outgoings, which are about it's about £2,000 a month to run the sanctuary, and she had to withdraw pretty much all of her funding because her business has gone bust due to the
COVID-19. Oh gosh.
So we're like a bit struggling at the moment. It's really hard. So my
first of all,
passion
you need some help for food, right? Food and just the upkeep of everything, and
food for the animals. Food for the animals, the hay and feed, and feet trimming, and vets bills, and all of the sort of general day-to-day, and plus the rent of the land, because we don't own the land, so that's not outgoing, on a monthly basis. We've set up a Just Giving page, and we're just hoping and praying that we can get enough funds to sort of see us through. People are being amazingly generous. We've got a huge amount of lovely supporters already, but we're still sort of
you need more.
reaching out.
Basically, as I see it, there are three things. You need food urgently for now. You need to prepare for the winter, because you definitely need infrastructure. And in the long run, you really need to buy this or some other kind of land, because otherwise it's just you're too much on shaky ground.
Indeed, yeah.
So we need three separate fund drives, basically. You're right?
Yeah.
So what I would like to tell everybody is, please donate as much as you can, but don't hesitate to only donate £1, because everything counts. And if 1 million people donate £1, there'll be enough money.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes, and 1 million people isn't that much, if we look at a global community. And so I often feel, oh gosh, I can only give €5 or something. But then when I think about if everybody does that, I mean, enormous amounts
Yeah,
of money come together. So
that
really,
is so true. That is so true. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and I've been part of several fund drives, and then they broke up. They showed how many funds had come in, and the bulk of the money came from small donors. It was amazing. Yeah, you know,
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so please,
Yeah.
I know it's hard to be compassionate right now because everybody is afraid,
Yeah.
and everybody is afraid of the future, and so I can see how it's very hard to commit to a monthly payment, but just you know as I said, a one-time donation of
A
£1
one-off,
is
a
amazing.
one-off small donation is hugely
Yeah,
gratefully accepted. It
yeah.
really is.
And then
It's
sharing this message, that would be very great, sharing it on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere on social media, with your friends at home, anything.
indeed,
Yeah.
our four-legged friends and David and I, who run the sanctuary just on a voluntary basis. We don't take any income out of it. All of our
Hmm.
helpers are volunteers as well. So
Hmm.
every penny that anybody gives goes directly to the horses and ponies and donkeys.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're all hugely grateful for everything.
Yeah, and I
Anybody
think
can
it's
give.
very
Thank you.
important to note, also, that it's a special kind of sanctuary. I think all sanctuaries are great. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to diss any sanctuaries, but I think this one is so interesting because you rehabilitate animals who are, who people think are beyond hope, because you have this special mindfulness method, and you have had huge success with helping humans. So in a way, my understanding is that you help humans and non-humans alike. Yeah.
We do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I teach mindfulness to as you say, to people on retreats who come and enjoy just immersing in nature and the land. We've got
Mm-hmm.
some beautiful land and woodland in the sanctuary, just to come
Mm-hmm.
and immerse in. And that's just hugely beneficial to people with all sorts of mental health kind of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also incredibly effective for the animals. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a nice thing to share with people for their animals at home, but for animals that have been previously abused and traumatized, it's just incredibly effective. To
Yeah.
build trust, often for the first time ever in these beautiful beings' lives, is such a privilege. Yeah, it's lovely. So
Yeah, and I think your work is so important for two reasons. I mean, being in nature is wonderful, and a lot of us simply don't take time to be in nature, and then we use retreats like that to go. And I just heard an interesting interview that Rich rolled it with a doctor who said that it's so important to simply sit in nature and breathe, because that actually helps our biome.
so
And
true.
so
Yeah.
it's that, and then you offer healthy food, and then it's all the ugly things in the world are done by traumatized people. So healing our individual traumas is
That is so
the best
true.
contribution we can all make towards world peace.
Mm,
So I think that your kind of work is so important, because it's
thank you.
one of those oases where we can actually try to heal. And everybody takes a different approach. There's so many ways of feeling trauma, and we each need to just go on this journey and find which approach is best for us.
It's what resonates with
Yeah.
the individual, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think often uh, I've found that I don't need just one modality. I find that
That's
you
true.
take a little bit here and you take a little bit there, and then
Yeah,
it's like a puzzle. And
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for all the work you are doing for humans and non-humans alike.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'm sending ever so much love and wishes over to you.
Thank you, Frid. Thank you.
And once my aging, I mean, I'm taking care of an aging fur baby, and I do hope that he will stay with me a little while longer, but his days on this earth are numbered. And while he's with me, I won't travel at all. But unfortunately, he won't be with me forever. And once he isn't, I will certainly come and see you in person. But meanwhile, it's lovely to connect via Zoom.
It'll be lovely to meet you when the time comes. Yeah, definitely.
And I heard that you're also going to offer some online some events. So possibly
we are. I've just started doing a few little online Zoom mindfulness sessions, which is really fun. That's a learning curve, getting out of my comfort zone a bit and doing that. But yes, I'm going to be expanding that soon. Yeah,
that's very great. Yes, I mean, there's nothing like in-person experiences. However, Zoom is great if you can't do it in any other way.
It is. Yeah. It's enabling us to speak. You're in Germany, I'm in the UK, and
I know we've had lovely conversations. And I hope we're going to have many more. Yes, and so please help Jacqui, help her animals, and check out her website. And I will put links to the donation page and to her website and to her work wherever this goes. If it's on Instagram, I'll put it next to the video, and otherwise underneath the video. Yeah, please share, please donate. Thank you so much for your time. And good luck, Jacqui. Lots of love to you.
Thank you, and to you. Thanks very much.
Oh, my pleasure.